ladies. Who wants to be brave and go on a new journey with me? Okay, the new journey is called Wife School. This is what the cover of the book looks like. Wife School is where women learn the secrets of making husbands happy. It's a book by Julie N. Gordon. I am reading it from my Kindle Unlimited plan. It's free on there. You can also purchase it on Amazon or download it on Kindle if you want to just buy the book. I'm not sure if it's on iBooks, though. I don't really think it is. So anyway, Julie Gordon is obviously she's a wife, but she's also a counselor for marriage and for women. She says for over 25 years she's been counseling couples and women. And she's read over 500 books on marriage, she says, through getting her master's degree. So I feel like she knows what she's talking about. Also, I will say, for the last 6 months, I've been reading her another book she has called Skinny School. And the things that I've learned in that book have helped me lose 40 pounds so far. So I'm pretty sure that if she can help me lose weight, which has definitely been something I've struggled with for like 20 years, then hopefully, I have high hopes that she's going to be able to help me become a better wife. As a matter of fact, in Skinny School, you're encouraged to write out a list of your top 4 current life goals. And if losing weight is not in that list, then you really don't have enough time to pursue it and put in the hard work that's necessary to do that. And so one of the things on my top 4 list of current top goals is to become a better wife. I've been married to Robert for 10 years. This is my second marriage. I was married before, and that marriage lasted almost 11 years. I got married when I was 17. So anyway, I really need help in this area, and I feel like inviting some of my friends along with me on the journey will help encourage me and give me the accountability I need to stay focused, because like Julie says, you will need a notebook. I got this cute one called it's a Happy Planner notebook, and it says girls can. I got it on clearance. Anyway, you're gonna need a notebook to write down the notes and then some other challenges that she has you to write down, because like she says, it's a lot of work. Having a happy marriage is probably the #1 thing on a wife's wish list, but you can't get it by wishing. Just like I've learned about losing weight, you can't lose weight by wishing. It takes a lot of work. And it also takes a lot of retraining your mind and retraining how you think about certain things, like food. For instance, I learned in her book, Skinny School, that food is not supposed to be used for entertainment and comfort. The 2 reasons that I use it. It's really supposed to be used for nourishment and strength. So anyway, you learn to train your mind. And she gets that from Philippians 4:8. I'll just read it out of my Bible here. Philippians 4:8. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about these things, the things that are excellent and worthy of praise. I'll go on to read. It says, keep putting them into practice, all the things you learned and received from me. And this is Paul talking to his church in Philippi, excuse me. Everything you heard from me and saw me doing, then the God of peace will be with you. And so it's a retraining of your mind of how you think about your marriage, especially how you think about your husband and how you think about yourself. It also reminds me of Romans chapter 12, verse 2. In the New Living Translation, it says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. So I have been, over the last probably 9 or 10 years, been retraining the way I think about a lot of things in life according to what the Word says. And so it's time for me to really focus in and work on my marriage. And I'm actually doing this without Robert knowing about it, because I feel like it really does take a woman, or just whoever in the marriage, to start looking at and focusing on the other person's desires and needs and wants instead of your own. And so in the beginning of this book, she says some things like, there are no quick fixes in making a wonderful marriage. It does take a lot of work. I wrote some notes in the front of my little journal that says, it takes a lot of work to change my incorrect behaviors, attitudes, and thoughts. Wife school is long term, and it teaches me to understand my husband and meet his needs. Reading this book and working through the challenges will help me win and keep the heart of my husband. When I master these timeless secrets, my husband will move toward me with great affection and openness to meeting my needs and desires. So it's like one person going first. In this book, one thing I love about how Julie writes is she writes in a novel form. It's not like reading a math book or a science book. And if you like reading math and science books, I'm happy for you. But I enjoy reading novel, like, not maybe a novel, but a story. And so this is a story about a woman named Jackie, who, when I'm reading it, she's pretty mean and selfish. And I think, Lord, I hope I'm not that selfish or have that much of a bad attitude. So if Wife School can help Jackie in this book, or Jessica, this one's about Jessica, then hopefully it'll help me, but I will have to put in the work, and I need to realize that. But she talks about God gave women a very powerful ability to influence and build their home. And there are scriptures about that. But she also shares that women need help in learning the ways to build up marriage relationships. How many of you ladies have been to woman's school or have actually taken a class on learning how to be a woman? What is a woman? I've actually had that thought recently. What is a woman for? I have asked my husband even and thought, if you could just give me a list of things that you like, or the ways that I can be pleasing and honoring to you, that would really help me out. And honestly, he doesn't really have an answer for that either. I don't know if even we know all the things that we want for our own selves. But she says pretty much that husbands should come with instructions, like an instruction manual, and that there is an art to being a wife, and that women will influence their husband and their home, and that if you are a foolish woman, you will do that by manipulating them. But if you're a wise woman, you will influence your family, your husband, by focusing on and meeting their needs. So she shares that instructions on how to make your husband outrageously happy in the marriage is by truly understanding and meeting his needs. Then, in turn, he will turn toward you with openness and new receptivity to meeting your needs. She shares about something called the 8 A's, which is basically oxygen for your husband's soul. And it is fulfilling to him. It is the way to love a man in a language that he can hear. And so, I'm going to encourage and invite you to come along with me on this journey. Get the book, let's read it together. I'll post a video and we can talk about the different things. I'd love for you to comment about it. The first challenge that she gives us is to make a list of strengths, gifts, and qualities that you admire in your husband. And she says to number your paper 1 through 50. And so that, that's something we're going to do. So let me see your journals. Get you some cute washi tape. Some fun things like some different colored pencils, markers, highlighters, pens, and get your Bible, get your book, and get ready for a journey. I'm expecting some great things out of this, and I will share with you out of my children's Bible that I bought for myself. No shame. It's actually the New International Reader's Version is what it's called. I'm going to share with you Colossians 3:18 if I can find it. I hardly use this Bible, so pages are still kind of stuck together. But Colossians 3:18. I've read it in so many different translations, but none of them really explained it to me as well as this New International Reader's Version. It says, "Wives, follow the lead of your husbands. That's what the Lord wants you to do." Okay, so that's what the Lord wants me to do. And I feel like he has a great reward for that, which is called a happy marriage. So come on, let's be brave and let's do this together. I love you, and I want to remind you that Jesus paid a high price for you, and you are worth far above rubies.